Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Words my brethren all around the world watching this video. Hope you're having a great day today as you're tuning in. Do yourself a damn favor and hit the subscribe button, and surely you will not be disappointed. Now, I'm shooting this damn video on my iPhone. Big shout out to the iPhone, man. I look pretty handsome on the iPhone. But anyway, I want to talk about an interesting fight that's rumored to be happening. It's been reported by a number of news outlets. I've seen it on Bad Love Hook, World Boxing News, a bunch of places. But I don't think it's official yet, but I hear it's close. So, I mean, I want to talk about it because the matchup, it was quite an interesting one to me. And that comes in the heavyweight division. That comes in the form of Joyce getting his first, like, real, somewhat of a big name on his resume, and fighting the GOAT, Bermane Stiverne. Just joking, but big shout out to Boxing Identity on Instagram, because he making those Stiverne posts. But he's fighting Stiverne. Joyce, obviously, it's no secret, he's had a long amateur career, decorated amateur. He's been trying to get the biggest fights possible early in his career, because he's on the fast track towards moving up the heavyweight ranks. You know, he called out Jarrell Miller. The fight didn't happen. Jarrell said he didn't want to fight him because it doesn't do anything for him. You know, then there was talk of him supposedly fighting Luis Ortiz. Now we're hearing that Luis Ortiz is fighting Christian Hammer in March. So, you know, this is not a bad fight for Joyce. In fact, you know, you'd be led to believe, based on the recent fights, that it's probably, you know, it's a name. It's someone that he's familiar with, because they had a sparring session a couple years ago. They sparred 12 rounds, and Stiverne is coming. This is gonna be Stiverne's first fight since he got brutally destroyed by Deontay Wilder. I was there. It was quite fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It was a sight to see. But this is his first fight since then, and this is probably like one of the toughest fights you could take as your first fight back. And you know, Stiverne is no spring chicken. He's like 40 years old, so I don't really see it going well for Stiverne, because, you know, even if you look at it style-wise, you know, Stiverne is someone that likes to. Stiverne likes to, you know, he likes to fight. Stiverne comes to fight, and Joyce is someone who likes to push the pace, and he breaks you down, and it doesn't always look pretty, but hey, he gets the job done. And I just think it's like like literally, if you said Brennan, what's the perfect fight for Joyce as far as like names in the division? Name 3 names. I would have told you. Stiverne would have been one of the names that came out of my mouth, because, you know, when you get knocked out the way Stiverne did, right, against Wilder, unless you're like, and I'm talking about unless you're like a special type of fighter, like Manny Pacquiao type fighter, it really does something to you, and you don't come back the same, and you don't ever get back to that top level. And, you know, not to disrespect Stiverne, but when he won the title, okay, when he won the title, the heavyweight division was in a very weak place, okay? He won the title off of Areola, a guy that people didn't really rate as like a top guy, but it was he won the belt, you know, and he got it through circumstance, and he never really proved himself to be a great champion. So he was a guy that just ran into a title. It was the right time, the right circumstance, the right opponent, and he got a belt. So, you know, once a champion, always a champion, you know, as I say. But I don't want to disrespect Stiverne, but I'm just saying, like, he wasn't the strongest. He wasn't never the strongest champion in the world, and I think Joyce is getting the perfect fight here. And hopefully, you know, Stiverne the last time we saw Stiverne, he got brutally stopped and embarrassed in 1 round by Wilder. So it's gonna be hard for Joyce to kind of beat what Wilder did. That was pretty impressive. But, you know, I'm looking to see Joyce go in there and break down Stiverne. You know, I want to see him, you know, just as someone who I think Joyce has a chance to really be something in the heavyweight division. I think he needs to go in there against Stiverne, and he needs to go in there and he needs to break him down and get him out of there in 7 rounds or less. That to me would be a statement. That'd be a statement. If he goes in there and he breaks down Stiverne, gets him out of there in 7 rounds or less, and can win the majority, win like 5 or 6 of the rounds, that'd be a statement to me. And from the Stiverne side of things, you know, I don't know what his ambition is in boxing. You know, I would say, like, you're 40 years old, you're coming off of the worst way that you could possibly lose. You know, when Stiverne got stopped against Wilder, it wasn't just like a it wasn't just one of those things where like, oh, he got stopped and you know you move on to the next one. No, he got stopped and it transcended boxing. Like people were making memes about it. Like I saw people who aren't even boxing fans posting about Stiverne getting knocked out on Instagram. You know, it was that brutal of a stoppage, and you know that has to just link to your self-confidence. So it's like we're gonna get a peek into just how strong Stiverne is, who he is on the inside, because you know, it's one, anybody can go on Instagram and post a video of them hitting a heavy bag and saying all this confident stuff, but but they call the boxing ring the chamber of truth, and the truth will thus in turn be revealed when these two fight, and they're rumored to fight on the DeGale versus Eubank undercard on the 23rd of February. So I think it's a good fight for the division. You know, I think it's good for both fighters because, you know, Stiverne is going to try to make a comeback. If he can get a win somehow against Joyce, that definitely puts him in a great position to push on for really good things, because then you beating a young undefeated lion, like Flamingo would say, a young undefeated lion, and you've taken his O and you've stopped the Joyce machine before it even really got started. And then you can put yourself into bigger fights, and you can, you know, make one last run at winning a heavyweight title. You see what I'm saying? But if you're Joyce, you need to let Stiverne know that, hey, look, I'm a whole different caliber. I'm a whole different beast. I am one of the best heavyweights in the world. I'm moving towards that, and you're in my way, and we're gonna get you out of here and send you into retirement. It has to be one of those kind of fights with Joyce. He has to deliver one of those kind of performances, and that's what I'm looking for him to deliver in this fight. Anything less than that, to me, would be highly disappointing, because I do think in terms of skills, in terms of styles, in terms of just all around the board, this is the perfect fight for Joyce. And, you know, overall, I'm just looking forward to it, man. So these guys are familiar. You know, they did some rounds, as I said earlier, they did some rounds in a couple years ago in the past. And, yeah. We'll just see, man. I think it's an interesting fight, because if I was, like, hypothetically speaking, if I was Stiverne's manager, I would not be pushing. Well, I wouldn't even let him sign this fight to fight Joyce in your first fight back. You know, I would definitely gradually move him up a lot slower than that, because it's just a bad fight for him. I think it's a bad fight for him, man. We'll see, man. You know, at the end of the day, these guys are grown men. They make their own decisions, and they gotta live with them. So we'll see what happens, but it's definitely something interesting to note in the heavyweight division. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Bermane Stiverne, the GOAT, versus Joyce, February 23rd, DeGale, Eubank Jr. undercard. What do you guys make of it? Is it just, what do you make of the fight? Does Stiverne have any chance? Will Joyce send him into retirement? Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of my videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.